Alright guys, I'm back to answer the question, will the Sn95 radiator fit into a Fox body coupe and how to do it. But before I get to that, I want to show you something. If you're running these kind of fans, does it seem like a good idea to take the fan and just put the push pin through your radiator and the fan is directly mounted to the radiator? The problem is it's held in with this plastic keeper and a spring. And when you push that through the radiator, eventually the weight of the fan is going to cut through the coil and cause you a leak. And you're going to be buying a new radiator. This one here was probably a 4-cylinder radiator. I don't know, it was junked. It really wasn't good enough for cooling a 302, and definitely not anything bigger than that. It worked okay if you were moving, but if you got stationary, you could kind of watch the temperatures creep up. So I come across this fluid ion radiator. It was a Sn95 model, but the price was on it was so good that I had to get it. So what I ended up doing, I just took a step down bit and I drilled a hole in my cross member across the bottom down there, just below that sensor here. So right down here in the bottom, I drilled a hole here and on the other side as well. And what it is on the bottom of this radiator, you have 2 pins like this, studs sticking out. So you take a step down bit, you drill your hole big enough for these studs on the bottom to drop down into. And then I went to the junkyard and I got a set of the Sn95 mounts that they had on the bottom of the radiator, but I cut them. You see the difference here. And I took this thick part here that I got my fingers on, and that's what I used to cushion the bottom of the radiator. And then here's one of the mounts also that you get off the Sn95, and I kind of modified it. Let me see here if I can get it, where I cut off the ear of it here and just made it nice and flush there. So yeah, you see the old radiator blew all this rusty water back on it. So before I hook up that bottom hose on this radiator, I'm gonna flush the block of this engine. This here is just a little 302 that came with the car. I don't think the gentleman was big on maintenance on the car. But back there, I'll just give you a sneak peek on that. That's a Dart Iron Eagle block. That's gonna be my blower setup here later on in the year. But back over here, let me close the hood here just to give you so you can see the hood is nice and flush. There's no problem with it. So guys, if you're doing it, it's really simple. It's really drilling 2 holes to get it done. So if this video helps you, just hit the like button and subscribe. And if you guys are into bass fishing or anything like that, stick with me. I'm gonna try to do some video. That's my bass boat there. I got all my junk sitting on it, but I'm gonna be putting up some bass fishing videos here later in the year, probably starting next month. So get back with you guys. Until next time, gas on it.